Introducing the APP candidate for St. Michael South Central, David Gill.
The Greek poet Ovid said some years before the birth of Christ, "Why should a new year begin in winter?" That is Ovid. And I, David, ask, why should an election be held in the midst of COVID? This election is being held under the guise of a snap election. What do we really mean by a snap election? And it has sent Miss Motley's hailers titillating and snapping their fingers like Carew. And they're all around, yes, we got them, we got them. Little do they know that they got themselves. It is by far the snappiest of a snap election. They're ecstatic. They're calling her the guru, the Messiah. Caught the opposition with the pants down. Well, let us take some time out and define what is a snap. A snap election, in my opinion, I'm not a political scientist, but I'm a natural scientist. A snap election is one which falls within a year and, let's say, 6 months of when the next one is constitutionally due. And this one has been snapped. 3 6s are 18. That falls way on the outside of the boundary. And you ask yourself, when are snap elections called? Again, I'm not a political scientist, but I could think of some 3 instances. I follow world affairs, I follow local affairs. And tonight, I'm going to put the organism on the dissecting table and lay it bare and tease it apart. Nonsense. One instance is, if an administration is voted to power, and it does not have the majority, the working majority that is, yet it is getting its projects more or less coming in on time, that administration could say to itself, well, I'm enjoying comfort. I'm enjoying comfort and I'm going to call a snap election because I would like to have a working majority. Then there's the other instance. I well remember when Mr. Arthur had, God bless him, when Mr. Arthur had a comfortable majority, and he saw what was transpiring in the Pacific Rim, that economies were going into recession, and that anything that hits the Pacific Rim would work its way up the west coast of North America, into America, and would obviously affect us. So you could be comfortable with a majority. You could be comfortable, ladies and gentlemen, getting your projects through. But then there's a third one. There's a third one. Notwithstanding your majority, and your pollsters have shown that you're slipping, and the rate at which you're slipping is exceedingly rapidly, you will call for a snap election. And the years have gone so quickly. A year before, in November, in St. George North, in that by-election, just months after the general election, we saw, and you know I like to dissect my figures, and I like to interpret my figures, and I like to look at rates of change. We saw 25% of the people who went out to vote for Glenn Clark did not go out. And to me, that was a worrisome phase. Because you cannot find a constituency, a riding, more B than St. George North. So I knew that by then she was losing popularity. And you know that popularity losses? That is due to IMF restrictions. when you are under the screws of the IMF. Because what she did, she took us into a program hoping to be out within 5 years. And I know it was hard because I heard Jamaica. Then I heard the Dutch guy. Van Selm is his name, Bert Van Selm. Then I heard him say that we were operating 4 times as fast in repayment as Jamaica. I said, wow, we bound to feel it. So when people voted in St. George North, they were voting for water rates having been 300% up, bus rates 250% up, and petrol. You see that petrol? I spoke about it in the last election. I did my research. I went to the gas stations and I asked them what would that mean. I spoke with people who make decisions at gas stations. And I worked it out then that in a year you would be paying 3 times more for road tax than you would had it not been changed. So these things were incrementally gripping Miss Motley. And they were incrementally gripping the consumers. Small businesses, parents, craftsmen. I am appealing to all of you, all small businesses, hairdressers. I am asking you, come out and vote and get a bigger than 60% turnout. Because with a 60% turnout, you're going to be ensured that there will never be another 30-love or 29-1. God bless and good night.
We rocking with it.